I'm Allendale's Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin with a look at your midday weather update. Latest check of the surface analysis across the nation's midsection shows Arctic high pressure is in control. This Arctic high is slowly working to the east, though, and the center of high pressure circulation honestly is a bit farther to the north. This center of high pressure circulation is staying for the most part in Canada. That's where the strongest part of the high is, near Hudson Bay. Now, I will grant you, there's another high that's sitting down in central Kansas. It's cold enough in its own right. We've seen temperatures drop dramatically there. But this is different than what we saw earlier this week in that it's not the core Canadian high that made it down in here. So I guess that's a little good news, if you will, here this afternoon. Precipitation continues to move away. Winds are howling over the northeastern part of the United States, and actually they're howling back through the Great Lakes as well. Going forward, we continue to see temperatures stay cold through most of the first part of the weekend. We'll start to moderate the temperatures Sunday across the Corn Belt. And then we're going to be gearing up for our next weather system to work into the forecast picture as we go into and through early next week. As a matter of fact, that system right now shows like it's going to bring decent rains out of East Texas, Oklahoma, through Arkansas, and then Missouri and the Ohio River Valley. Right now, moisture does not look super impressive. We do see some 1 to 2 inch rains down along the Texas Gulf Coast, but as it moves farther north, probably a quarter to a third of an inch. Most of it's going to be liquid in terms of rain, but you get into the I-70 corridor, we might see our next high-pressure dome coming in just fast enough to maybe change it over to a little bit of snow, so we will watch that. Dry then for most of the rest of next week. We still have another system that looks like it wants to work into the country somewhere in that 19th, 20th time frame. It is splintering a little bit now. What we're seeing is an initial wave of cloud cover and some moisture around the 19th, and then we're seeing several waves come in of moisture to the Pacific Northwest and really start to dig southward over California, Arizona, New Mexico as we go into the 21st and 22nd. I think that'll be key as models are trying to come together with a nice front now there toward the 23rd. And with the cold air digging, we're looking at a cold finish to the month of January, and it could make that storm complex for the 23rd, 24th rather interesting across the country as well. So stay tuned. Plenty of time for things to change. Right now, we're going to leave our forecast alone, but we're going to take a good solid look at model changes as we go through the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. And you may see a few tweaks to this extended forecast as we get into early next week with what we put online and what we're recording here. Now, as we move into South America, still nothing dramatic here, at least in my estimation. Our heat is staying for the most part in coastal areas, urban areas. We are seeing some dryness, hit and miss showers and thunderstorms over a large part of Brazil's corn and soy belts, especially the soy belt, over the next 8, 9, 10 days or so. Really looks like the next good weather system to move into Brazil on the whole. We'll probably hold off until we get into that 21st, 22nd time frame. What we're noticing, though, is models are kind of shifting from being little tiny hit-and-miss showers and storms to bigger clusters of showers and thunderstorms as we get into that period following the 20th. So, these are areas that may not be completely frontal-driven, but they've got good moisture in their own right. You might almost compare them to these mesoscale convective complexes that we see in the plains a lot of times as you head through midsummer. So I think that can put down better rains on localized areas, and I think when all is said and done, you get to the end of this current 2-week period, around the 24th, 25th, you're going to be seeing a large part of Brazil soy picking up some moisture. It's going to be a little bit warm, but not bad. And at this point, with the harvest starting to ramp up in the next week or two, we're probably going to want some drier temperatures down there as we continue to move the harvest and the machines more and more. Argentina looks good. A little bit hot still here short term in Argentina. Most of it's, though, well to the north, getting closer to Paraguay. That's where the worst heat is right now. But I think a couple more days of well above normal temperatures, and then we'll pull things back closer to normal temperatures for next week in Argentina. That's what we've got in the forecast here at midday. If you've got any questions on the weather, give us a call at Allendale. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin.